Now, imagine this, meeting the love of your life on holiday, having a whirlwind romance and getting engaged a year later, looking forward to a life full of dreams and possibilities, only to find out that your fiancé has a life-limiting genetic condition that would ultimately rob him of all his physical capacity. Well, this is what life has been like for my next guest. Her name is Anne O'Shea Clarke, and she's here to tell us about Christy and what his difficulty is. You're very welcome to the programme.
Hi, Pat. Thanks very much for having me on.
And it was a whirlwind romance.
Absolutely, it really was. It was just amazing. Like, we met in Cyprus. It was very romantic. I was living in Limerick and Christy was living in Dublin. So we were commuting up and down for about 12 months. We went back to Cyprus. We got engaged. We had hopes and dreams for the future. We were going to have a family. We were going to have our own home. We both had good jobs. Christy was working as a security man. And unfortunately, I moved up to Dublin shortly after getting engaged. Yeah. I was lucky to get a transfer with my job. And shortly after, Christy's mother had a feeling that Christy was showing early signs. And we went to the GP, who already knew about the condition in the family. So he sent Christy to see a neurologist who did the test. And at that time, in 2003, it would have taken a number of months before you get a result back. Yeah. And a very common feature with Huntington's, if you know anything about it, you don't really want to know. You go into a stage of denial. And that's what happened for us. Christy didn't want to go back to get his result. So for a number of years, we lived with the fact that it was there, but without really talking about it.
There was no question that you weren't going to get married. I mean... No,
we didn't expect it to take as long as it did. I mean, we only got married 2 years ago. And I have to say, a number of factors came into play. With any neurological disorder, if you have one, it takes a number of years for some things to happen, but the essential part is that you get early intervention through
Go on. I mean, the earlier it's diagnosed,
absolutely,
the longer you're going to be without really bad symptoms.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, what we needed was speech and language therapy. We needed a occupational therapy, because as Christy, his walk deteriorated, he needed a wheelchair, and because of his condition, he tends to slip out of the wheelchair. So over the years, he needed a lot of monitoring, because as he would progress into the condition, he would start to slide out of his chair. So it was a different type of wheelchair he would need to get into. This is all important stuff that I would never have had any knowledge of. I needed that.
Now, you're a young woman, and you didn't expect to spend your young years as a carer.
No, absolutely not.
Also, the decision not to have children.
No, that was a very big decision that we had to make together. I knew when I looked up what Huntington's entailed, I knew it was going to be a long, hard road. And to be honest, it looks a lot more scary when you're looking at it from the start, because you see what's ahead, and it just looks, it's just like a big black hole, and it's a horrible, horrible time. But you know, but a big thing I think to get out there is the fact that it doesn't happen altogether. And if you have early intervention with the different types of treatments and different type of departments, it can help. Yeah. It absolutely.
And this is part of the reason why you're campaigning, and you put
absolutely.
yourself out there. And it's not just for people with Huntington's.
No.
It's people who might have had serious stroke or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or even
brain injury
from road accidents or whatever it might be. Living with Christy, you say he's a gas man.
He is. He's the centre of my life, I have to say, and a number of people who are involved with us. He lights up their life. He's so inspirational because his fight to live is unbelievable. And again, if we didn't have the link with the Huntington's disease or the Neurological Alliance of Ireland or the different departments, and he does physiotherapy now every week. We pay for that ourselves, and we do that over in Kiltipper Woods. And it's getting out, it's meeting people, it's socialising, it's helping him to keep strong, it's helping me to be able to help him at home, to care for him at home. Yeah.
Because he has been at home pretty much all the time. All
the time, thank God. With the physiotherapy, I found in the last 2 years when we started to do the physiotherapy through ourselves, because we didn't have any community physiotherapy. But what it has done, it has reduced Chris's hospital care, because he's not getting the chest infections. Physiotherapy will help you to keep the chest clear.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, the last 2 years have just been, it's like a roller coaster, and we're at the extreme high of this roller coaster because we've been to Spain, which we never
thought would ever happen.
We never imagined would happen.
Yeah. And he got a tattoo.
I did. And on Saturday night, from a fantastic guy, I have to say, Dave, from Reincarnated. You know, it's very hard when you're out there and you have this neurological disorder where you have involuntary movements. But we had tried a number of places, and one thing that Christy doesn't do, he does not allow the word no. It doesn't happen. If somebody says no, we have to find somebody that will say yes, or at least meet up with us. And his personality is infectious, and he just was able to get around this guy, and he said, okay, I'm going to take the chance and I'm going to try. We needed our doctor's letter and everything, but he got his tattoo done.
And what
does
that tattoo say, or it's a picture of what?
It's a tiger.
It's a tiger.
It's a tiger. It was supposed to be a scorpion, and then he changed his mind.
And the reason you're campaigning today, I mentioned there is an effort now to get all the services to work together. Yeah, over the last 10 years, the Neurological Alliance of Ireland, they're the umbrella organisation over all the other. There's a number of organisations that they look after, and they fight on our behalf, because I mean the Huntington's Disease Association is amazing, but they're so limited, and they're trying to look after the people, with their day-to-day needs, and they look after us. Each year we go for a respite weekend away to Cushla, and it's amazing where you meet up with other families, and you need that link. It's an important link to have. But the Neurological Alliance of Ireland, they campaign to the government on our behalf to try and get us the services that we need to be able to keep going day to day. And they're campaigning. They've been doing this for the last 10 years, and I mean, they've been promised so much, and they have still got nothing. 10 years of neglect is one of the mantras. The campaign has a great name. Mm-hmm. We Need Our Heads Examined.
Absolutely.
It's a brilliant name for the campaign. It's launching in the Mansion House today, this very day. And for more information to support the campaign, check out www.nai.ie or hashtag Rehab for Ireland at NAI_Ireland. That's on Twitter. But look, thank you very much. Our best to Christy. He
thank you very much.
As I say, like a gas man, and a very brave man. It has to be said.
He's taken it on his shoulders, and he's just moved on, and nothing stops him.
Well, Anne O'Shea Clarke, thank you very much for joining us on the programme today.
Thank you very much, Pat. Thank you.